Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about everything eczema. Probably gonna expand that considering all the shit that's happening. My name's Christine. If you haven't seen my first video, I recommend you go check that out just to get to know me a little better. Today I wanted to talk to you about stress and eczema and how the two correlate. Stress has always affected my skin, and with everything happening, I started realizing that my skin was getting really bad. And I was like, shit, there's probably other people out there that are dealing with the same thing as I am. So I figured, why not make a video so we can all talk about it? All four of us. So before everything went down, my skin was good. It was fucking smooth, I just moisturized that shit like daily. And after I put on that lotion, it was like fucking butter. Well, not like butter. It was still a little dry, but still, you get the point. It was consistent, just like my fucking life. And I didn't have to put on like any steroid cream, so it was all good. And then once I started having to work from home, I feel like that's when all the shit hit the fan, really, when it came to my skin. There was just a lot of adjustments that I had to make working from home. And it wasn't just that. My husband, he works at Mount Sinai here in Manhattan. So I was worried about him, especially when he got moved to another location to help with COVID patients. That shit, like, put my anxiety through the roof. I was fucking stressed and scared. The way that I am when stress gets crazy in my life, I tend to brush it under a rug because I don't want to deal with that shit. I just want to forget it. I want to act like everything's cool. And then after a couple of weeks, I freak out and I have a meltdown and I'm like, okay, I'm good. And that's what I was doing here. I was just pushing everything aside and acting like everything was chill and I got it all handled and I could figure it out. It was hard to adjust, and I thought I was doing okay, but my skin was definitely showing how fucked up everything was. So at first my eczema was creeping up on my face, which I thought, okay, that's probably just because I'm inside or something, or like just a minor hiccup, it'll come and go, whatever. Then it started creeping up on my body, and then it was up in my scalp. And I've said this before, I fucking love to scratch. I don't stop myself from scratching because I love the fucking feeling. It's just the endorphins. It's crazy. It's a rush. And I started seeing like how bad my skin was just because how much I was scratching. I don't have fake nails anymore because of all of this, as you can see, except for my pinky. Therefore, my nails are thinner and sharper, and when I scratch, it just breaks my skin so bad. I have cuts all over. I'm like bleeding, whatever. I have trouble sleeping, and I'm just scratching my scalp, and then when I do fall asleep, I'm scratching like crazy in my sleep. And when I wake up, my body is just aching, and it hurts so bad, like my skin, just because of how much I scratched. And I started realizing then that I was like, okay, it's getting out of control, My skin was a reflection of all the stress that I was dealing with and trying to hide, Like I could hide that shit, but my body refused to, and it just was a wake-up call for me, like I need to get this under control because it sucks dick and it's so uncomfortable. As you know, these are trying times. Everything that has been consistent in our life has changed, We have to find that new normal, which is true. You really do. And you have to kind of like plan it out. And I feel like I just thought I could ride it, and rather than just dealing with it, like going with the flow, figuring it out. And that's not how it works. At least for me, that wasn't working, clearly, because my skin was all fucked up. I realized I just had to like sit down and like take this shit on. Once I became furloughed, I now had the time to really focus on myself and, like not just my body, but my mind too. Like I had to take care of my fucking mental. So of course, the first thing that I did was blather myself in steroid cream. I know there's some people out there that are steroid free and that's what they choose to do. I can't fucking do that. I wish I could. I've tried it. It just doesn't work for me. So I'm a steroid girl. I do steroids. So yeah, I just lather my body up in that shit. I have 5 steroid creams. I have a light option for my body, one for all over, like just taking care of everything, another for really bad spots, one for my face, and then one for my scalp, which is more of like an oil, actually, not a steroid cream. So yeah, I did that for my skin, and then for my mind, you know, just like I had to tackle all that shit that I felt like what was really triggering my skin. And it was definitely like worrying about my husband. That was a lot of shit that I deal with. And I just had to realize that he's smart and he knows what he's doing, and just I had to trust that he was gonna be okay through this whole thing. And that's fucking tough, you know, because shit happens and sometimes you just have to accept that just to have that peace of mind. So I had to learn to let that go. Talking to my friends and family every day really helps. Meditation is also really big for me. It really helps with my mind because I'm just like sitting, chilling, focusing on my breathing. I'm a strong Buddhist, and that's something that I've always done, like meditation, whenever I was in a rough time. So I knew that was like one thing that I could definitely go back to just to refocus in my head and try to get things straight. Also, making this video really helped me too. I haven't made a video in 2 months, I think, just when everything went down. Having something to focus on really helped. It was tough because being creative too was really stressing me out. When I was furloughed, I didn't have to worry about a deadline anymore, and that was really crazy for me. And so I just took that time just to like chill and not pressure myself to be creative, which is tough when you see so many other people out there like spending their time doing creative shit, and you're just like, what am I doing? Am I sitting here on my ass like wasting time? So I had to realize there that no matter how I spent my time, it was what I had to do. You know what I mean? Not to force myself to do shit just because I saw other people like on social media being creative. That really helped me too, just like accepting that and understanding that you don't have to be 100% at this moment. You could be chill, watch TV, and not do shit. And that's still a good way to spend your time. So finally trying to prep for this video was a great way to get me refocused on something. And of course, there's other everyday things that I do that make me happy. Playing video games, doing karaoke, drinking. Obviously, I'm not saying like to drink your fucking mind away, but just like it takes the edge off, bitch. How do you relieve stress? Are you even stressed out? Let me know in the comments below. I want to see how everyone's doing. If your eczema flared up, if you saw any changes within your skin. I'm really curious because I'm pretty sure that I'm not the only one whose skin went AWOL when all this shit went down. Thank you so much again for watching. I'm thinking I'll probably make videos that don't have to do with eczema, so we'll see how that goes. You know, I just gotta get a lot of shit off my mind, and again, this really helped, so we'll see what happens just considering everything. Stay safe out there. You'll be good.